Okay, y'all. So Big Brother season 28, episode 17. So they have the HOH composition. Okay, the HOH composition is the wall comp. Okay, so this is a heavily endurance comp. You have to hang on the wall or whatever. So they goes back into some time in the past where Bigfoot is running around on the thing or whatever. So they all on the wall or whatever, getting sprayed by paint, water. The walls moving up and down all around. Well, just move up and down, and it lowers itself. As time goes on, and it continues to lower itself. So while they on the wall, the first person down is Angela. Like she didn't even give it a minute before she was out the game. So Angela was the first one down, and then I think it was who was the second person down? Taylor. Taylor was the second person down. So Angela and Taylor was down, and then comes I think Mallory. I know Mallory and Melody went down together. Mallory and Melody went down together. Freaking who else? D and Devins, they went down back to back too. So Mallory and Melody went back to back, going down together. D and Devins went down back to back. All then everybody else started dropping like flies. Like I think they was all like in between dropping or whatever. But the last two that was on the block, I mean that was standing up there, it was three people. The last three people um was Lala. I'm gonna say Yaya, Lala, um, Kamu, and Drew. So Drew falls, okay, and then now it's Lala and Kamu up there, and Lala was like, "Don't put me up, Kamu, if she fall because she said that she could feel like her body is getting ready to drop or whatever. She ain't gonna be able to hold on much longer." And they've been holding on for over 30 minutes, probably like an hour or something like that, before they was ready to fall and stuff. So she was like, I'm holding on as much as I can, and Lala is the oldest woman there, in the game. So, and then Kamu, he was looking like he was chilling or whatever the case may be. Now, I had to go back and re-watch the shit because Kamu had slipped or whatever. And I thought that he did it on purpose, but he didn't do it on purpose. He actually really fell down. And let me talk about Barrett's too. So when Barrett was about to drop, he actually slipped. He was hanging on for a long time. He was like, "I'm trying to get my legs back up there," or whatever the case may be. But he couldn't get his legs to get back to the thing, so he ended up falling or whatever. He was hanging for a while, but then he ended up falling. And the same thing happened to Kamu too. So, but Kamu actually slipped. Like one of his foot just slipped as I think he was about to say something to Lala. Then all of a sudden he slipped and he was hanging by the bars, and then he just dropped it or whatever. So Lala was one the HOH or whatever the case may be. She's the oldest woman in Big Brother history to ever, not the oldest one, but the oldest person, period, to ever win the wall comp, okay, in HOH history. So everybody is happy for her, because she just broke history. And it's Lala, like she won HOH. So, people was happy for her. A lot of people were saying like they don't know what her head is. But a lot of people feel comfortable with her and stuff like that. And Haley is just hoping that she ain't gonna put her up because she was like, I hope she don't put me up because I didn't put her up or whatever when could have had a chance to put her up or whatever. So then Taylor finds out from Kamu because she talking to Kamu or whatever, and she finds out that Chuck was planning on putting up Lala if he ever went HOH. He was gonna put Lala up because he talked about Lala be cooking him food and stuff, and he was like she think that she want to go around cook his food like we could cook our own food or whatever. He was like, I'm gonna put her on the block. Like, Chuck, seriously, like Lala thought you was cool for real. And so when Lala heard that, she was like, oh, because she wanted to backdoor Haley. Her and Taylor was talking about backdoor Haley or whatever, and she was basically saying like, and Kamu came in and told her, ran down and told her everything that was going on with between her and Chuck because Kamu was like, they didn't let me in on the vote or whatever. They flipped the vote But what Kamu don't know is that Chuck, Haley, I mean Chuck, all of them, Chuck, Kamu, and who's the other guy, the other one that they work with, all of them voted to vote Mallory out, but they don't know that it was Angela who had flipped the vote, and it was D. Devins, and it was actually D. and Devins who came up with the plan, and then Devins went around to try to flip the house. So he don't know that or whatever. He don't know that Angela, who was part of that alliance, the Toolshed alliance, was the one who had actually flipped the vote. So they all arguing amongst themselves and they don't know. So Haley was big pissed off after the after the vote or whatever when Lyric went home because she's trying to find out, who's the liar and this and the third. Angela is basically saying like, well, I don't know who did it and this and the third. And then before they had the HOH competition, Lala was like, well, I'm so confused. I voted with the house. And Haley is looking like, you voted with the house. Like, when did the house decide that it was going to be Lyric over Mallory? Like, I basically wanted Mallory to go, pretty much. So she feeling blindsided, but she ain't using her fucking marbles either. None of them is using that brain to realize that the freaking icons is running the show. Okay, none of them is putting two and three together. Okay, they just not. I don't understand. So anyway, Haley is mad. So Kama was upset because he like, I can't trust anybody in my alliance. So um so Chuck and then and I think it was Josh that was talking, and they was basically saying like, don't trust Kamu or whatever because he flipped the vote. He out there laughing, and we all voted for Mallory to stay, and he the only one laughing. But Kamu find the whole shit hilarious because he felt like his alliance betrayed on him. He voted for Mallory to stay too, which they all don't know. Like, he said that he voted for Mallory. All the people that said they voted for Mallory, except for you know, D and Angela is lying, and Devins or whatever, all them lying. But none of that matters because they got a new HOH, so they can be mad about the vote all they want to. And Mallory is so happy because she is like, yeah, things didn't go the way that Haley wanted in her HOH. Like, her HOH was a flop, or whatever the case may be. So she happy, and everybody is happy that Lala won, or whatever the case may be. So now Lala is trying to figure out who she gonna put up for HOH. So America chose Mallory, like I said, to win, to gain some power or whatever. So she goes inside the little room to try to get some power, and she end up pressing the button and end up getting a freaking punishment, the Adam and Eve punishment, where she got to dress up in all these leaves and shit, a leave outfit, two piece, and she got to be tied to another person for 48 hours. And girl, she chose Melody to be attached to. Like, I would have said I want to be attached to Lala or Taylor for 48 hours. Like, you need to be next to the person, and you got to go everywhere this person go and be wherever they are. I would have been wherever the freaking icon. I would have picked one of the icons, or Taylor, or freaking Lala. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know if she could have picked Lala or not, but I would have picked somebody that was close to whoever was in the HOH room or one of them icons, so you could be next to what they saying for 48 hours, next to whoever they talking to for 48 hours, and that way you could get all the intel and the tea too. Like, come on now, she ain't used that punishment good enough. She want to be attached to freaking Melody, who don't know shit, in the house. Like, girl, bye. So, so that little outfit was cute, and freaking Drew was like, oh yeah, well, that might be a punishment for them, but that's a pleasure for him. I'm like, boy, ain't he a fucking hottie? Like, he and he in that house, ain't he, or whatever. So so after Lala goes and talks to Kamu or whatever, and Kamu, like I said, let her know that they was ready to put her up and stuff like that. So Lala was like, why backdoor Haley when I could just put all the people that I want on the block right away? So at the HOA, Sharon Taylor was talking about what they was going to do and strategizing or whatever. So at the HOH meeting when she did nominations, she ended up nominating Haley, Chuck, and Barrett. Now, Barrett is a pawn. She let Barrett know, like, you flipping on both sides of the house, yada yada yada.